I also want to go back to the first question and just talk about like the bad experiences as well. I feel like sometimes being a student at Georgetown, people feel that like I'm not necessarily smart enough to be here. Like people doubt me sometimes and doubt like my intelligence, and I think it also doesn't help that like sometimes my speech is not the best. Like sometimes I just there's so much going on in my head, and sometimes I just like I can't articulate it well, and so people take that as like weakness and dumbness, and like that's frustrating. And then just like race issues on my campus are somewhat crazy sometimes. Like there's just people who are who don't know like that there are individuals here who are from low socioeconomic status, or that being black on a college campus is not necessarily easy, or being a person of color sometimes you feel like you're not being represented, sometimes you feel like you're being used as a tool for like diversity. Sometimes even like walking down the street, I have to think about sometimes like what am I wearing, how am I portraying myself, because yes, I go to Georgetown, but at the same time I don't have a stamp on my face that says I'm Georgetown. I gotta be smart, I'm black, and I gotta be smart, and that's just the honest truth. Like you gotta know how to navigate this place. And I mean, it's not dangerous, I'm not gonna say it's dangerous, but I still sometimes have to think about that, or I have to think about a conversation and think, was that person judging it based on the color of my skin? So you think about those things and stuff. But that being said, like it's also made me stronger. It's made me want to know more about my history. So when somebody comes at me, I can clap back just as hard. And so I think that's a good motivation to do that. Also, it's just it creates like a grit in you, like to prove them wrong and stuff. And so I think I definitely should talk about like that aspect and stuff, because that's sometimes the struggle, where like in your classes sometimes feeling you're talking for your race, like when they ask questions, those things just get like very infuriating, but like it makes you want to fight and like make a country where individuals understand people's struggle, and can acknowledge that and move towards a world where we're inclusive of all, whether that be race, gender, sexuality, etc. So yeah, so but like I said before, the good days always weigh out the bad, because of that you create a really strong community. Like I have like the black community on our campus is like really close knit, and that's because sometimes we have to be to like fight the structures on this campus that keep us down, or don't necessarily um, like include people of all colors, sexualities, and gender, race. So yes, so so definitely that's a big thing. Like we have barbecues together. Like I can come walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And like I don't know, it's just a really cool community on this campus that I love. Um, yeah, so I thought I should also address the bad and not just the sugar coating and be like, "Hey, it's candy drops and rainbows." No, it's not that big. It's not that. um, and then so Manisha, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. How do you deal with the face that you leave your loved ones behind? You know, I think you just gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's hard. I mean, but the experience you gain, the independence you gain is so beautiful. Like, I think leaving home was the best decision of my life, because now I'm in a place where I feel more like I'm in like a more liberal city. I don't know like what are your political views, but like that's wonderful in itself. There's so much more resources here for me than there are in like Gary, Indiana. And I'm saying that not as like to debunk Gary, Indiana, but now I can bring those resources back to Gary. Like I have connections in DC that I can take back to Gary when I decide to do when I decide to come back. Like I can give people's names and numbers of individuals that they can connect with. So I think that's also a good aspect to look at it. Networking. Like I'm in the prime city. I like there's so much opportunity through the White House, through the Senate. If you're into government, health, there's a medical. Georgetown Hospital, there's the med schools, Howard University at HBCU. So there's so many connections, so many young professionals out here that it is beautiful. Like I've met so many professional people just going to Georgetown, or just being in this city, and so many diverse individuals. So that's pretty cool. So I think it was hard though leaving my family behind, because like my family wasn't in the best predicament when I left, and so that was the struggle. But then at the same time, by the time I graduated, my family had moved to Georgia, so I was kind of independent already. But I definitely think like it's hard. It's definitely hard, but you build a great community because there are 7,000 other kids that are in the same predicament as you. They just left home. Some of them farther than you. And so it helps you build a community because y'all all scared together. Y'all like some little. You have you seen the Finding Nemo one where they're all looking around like what? That's how it is. Y'all just like what? So y'all build a community together, and so I think that's beautiful, and those friendships last forever because you go through the struggle, but you go through a new type of struggle. It's the struggle to adulthood, which is so beautiful. So yeah, definitely. I definitely will recommend looking at schools outside of just Indiana. But if that's not for you and you know that family is a thing, and I mean, like now I realize I do miss my family more than I thought, and I think I'm more family oriented now than I was, which is something that's good. I think like because I left, I feel like I took my family for granted when I was there, but now I'm just like I love you guys, save me. But yeah, so definitely but again, definitely I. Make that jump. Make that jump. Because you never know. You never know. And like I said, these schools have money to fly you out here. Like, really. So definitely take that jump. If you're thinking about it, just do it. Just do it. But look at the schools and their financial aid package, and if it's need based, then do it or find scholarship where you can afford to travel and do those type of things. So then the last question is, did anyone look down on you because you are from Gary? Well, let's start with the people in Gary. Well, not the people in Gary, but in the surrounding areas. Crown Point, Maryville, Hammond, they all look down on us. They always look down on Gary, Indiana. From a young age, I always felt that. Interacting with individuals who weren't black, who weren't from Gary, I just always felt like people thought I was dumb. And also, I went to a church in Crown Point for a while, and like I don't know, I just always felt like people there, like I was so conscious of being a student from Gary, Indiana. I was so conscious of it because of these people, and I always felt like it was horrible to be a person from Gary, like that I wasn't good enough and stuff like that. And I mean, I think that was motivation for me to do well in school and get out of Gary, but it was the struggle. I don't know if you guys remember, but like Maryville changed their line. They're like the line of who could go to Maryville High School to like I don't want to quote me, but they furthered the line because too many people from Gary, Indiana was moving in. Even now, Maryville, they have separate schools for the students. It goes well over Gary, Indiana, but for the bad students that come from crazy areas, which most of the time are black students, they have separate schooling for them because they just say they're bad students, and the white students go on the top floor. Crazy, right? So I think it's just interesting, like how people look down on Gary, and people like always are post on Facebook, Gary is a lost cause. Even in our own community, people are posting that, and it's like, how can you do that? This city raised you. This city made you who you are. Gary made me who I am. Gary made me be able to deal with the struggle on Georgetown's campus because I had such a struggle coming up there. Gary has instilled in me a lot of different things, and I will never be ashamed of that. Yes, I'm from the hood. Yes, I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my hood. And so I think also coming to college, that also happened. Like I became better. I just really saw the value in my community, in my city, and we need to be community builders because, like, that's why it's so important that we come up and we be successful because there are people out there who are probably looking at Gary, Indiana for the next hotel. They don't see this place as a place with people. They don't see it as a community. They don't see that. They see a place that's slowly failing. They see a place where everybody is bad, and we need to prove them wrong. We need to go to college or become successful, come back to our community, and instill in other individuals that community pride and build our community up, and then, like, we're proving them people wrong. We're proving them wrong. Yes, our city is thriving. Yes, our city is amazing. And it's amazing to have an all-black city that's on the rise, that has a meaningful vote. So I definitely love my city, and I definitely want to give back to it, and I hope that you guys would too. Like, really seeing the value in Gary, Indiana. Like, it's important. See the value in Gary, Indiana, and come back and build it. We need to build that community up because Gary has so much history and it has so much amazingness, and we need to show out. We need to show out. We do. we definitely need to show out for our city. So I definitely feel that people look down on me from because I was from Gary, Indiana, but it gave me this awareness of that I need to prove them wrong, that I need to go, that I need to. That's why I'm such a connection, because I want to see you guys succeed, because I want to see other people in Gary, Indiana, at Georgetown, at all universities all over who are successful. And so I'm going to continue to fight for that. I'm going to continue to fight for that, and I hope you guys will too. And that's the end of my video. So thank you guys so much, and definitely again reach out to me. Reach out to me, because I'm here as a resource for you. And yeah, if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to ask. You guys rock, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. Bye.